Welcome to the StatTree video module for continuous descriptives. To report the central tendencies of continuous data, the mean and standard deviation would be appropriate. You will need one categorical variable and one continuous variable in order to run this test. The categorical variable is needed only to demonstrate differences in means on the continuous variable. In looking at the preferred entertainment viewing survey, demographic question B is categorical with 4 nominal values. Any one of the scale questions, 3 through 7, would be appropriate for the continuous variable for our demonstration. For this demonstration, we will use question 5. With the PEVS dataset open in Excel, you would choose race as the independent variable and history as the dependent variable. To create a table summarizing continuous data, the first task is to create a sorted data worksheet. Right-click on the Data tab and select Move or Copy. When the Move or Copy dialog box appears, select the Create a Copy option and press OK. Select the New Worksheet tab, then change the sheet name to Data Sorted. Select the entire worksheet. Go to Data in the menu and select Sort. When the Sort dialog box appears, be sure My List Has Headers is selected. In the Sort By drop-down, select the column to be sorted, in this case, Race. Sort on values, smallest to largest, then press OK. Verify the column is sorted and check the beginning and ending row numbers for each of the values. Keep track of these row numbers for the next step. Next, create another new worksheet by pressing on the plus sign and change the sheet name to Results. Create a table with your independent variable labels in the first column. I started the table for this demonstration in APA style. Enter the first formula for reporting the frequency count of the first group in the cell B4 of Table 3. The appropriate function in Excel for this procedure is COUNTIF. Go to the appropriate cell and type in the formula as shown. Place your cursor behind the comma but before the closed parentheses and type in the number 1. This number 1 corresponds to the value for Caucasian as described on the code page. Place the cursor before the comma, but after the open parentheses. Click on the Data tab and select the range of data which corresponds to the variable being counted. In this example, race. Hit Enter. You will notice the change in the formula on the results worksheet in the formula bar at the top. The revised formula is as shown. However, now the count of Caucasians result shows in the cell. From this point, you can copy and paste the formula to other appropriate cells on the results worksheet. However, keep in mind that you will have to edit the formula for changes to range and criteria. For example, if you copy the formula in cell B4 and paste it to cell B5, then you will have to edit the formula from the old range and criteria to the correct range and criterion. You can check this range by going to the Data Sorted worksheet and reviewing the range of rows in column L, where the value is 2. Complete this editing procedure for the next 2 cells, B6 and B7, in the table. Once you complete the entry of frequency formulas in the table, you will need to total the frequency results in the table. Place the cursor in the cell representing total of n. Type in the formula equals sum, open parentheses range, close parentheses, where the range represents the list of cells with counts for each value of the variable. In this example, the range would be B4 through B7. The resulting formula in this example would then be as shown. Next, to calculate the mean of the variable under review for each group, Enter the first formula for reporting the mean of the first group in cell C4 of Table 3. The appropriate function in Excel for this procedure is average. Go to the appropriate cell and type in the formula as shown. Place the cursor between parentheses. Click on the Data Sorted tab and select the range of data which corresponds to the variable being counted. In this example, history, for only the group being counted. In this case, the value 1 for column L. Hit Enter. Copy this procedure for the next cells by copy and paste and then edit the range. You can select the adjoining cell, in this case B5, and review the range, copy and paste from the above cell, then edit the range. For the total row, be sure to include the entire range of the column for the variable being summarized. For standard deviation, you can copy the range from the adjacent cell, C4, then type in the formula equal STDEV and paste the range. Complete this procedure for the following cells in the table. As previously, be sure and include the entire range of the column for the variable being summarized. To see what this output looks like, press the Output button on the Sending page from the StatTree module. To see the formulas used to create this table in Excel, press the Script button on the Sending page from the StatTree module.